So welcome back. We are playing Three Kingdoms: The Last Warlord, and we are playing as Liu Zhang. Last episode, what we did is we assaulted Hanzhong and took it, so that's ours now, and we defended against Liu Bao. And I know what you might be thinking. Didn't you just defend against Liu Bao? Why is his army marching towards you right now? I'll tell you why. Because our client crashed after we stopped the OBS, and we are going to have to refight this battle, so there's that. We are going to pass the turn and suffer the wrath of Liu Bao. What we are going to do a little bit differently this time is try and make sure we get Liu Pan's unit first. Oh, and we get unlucky, so... What's this? This is not ideal. We didn't have to deal with this last time. We're going to have to deal with it this time. Okay, so... Oh, we should be fine. Okay. We should be fine if this doesn't get here this turn, I guess. This might be dicey. Okay. Again, we wish we had catapults. We do not have catapults. We actually wish we had ballista, but we do not have either. It is dependent on how much defense you have in this city, and since we've been getting repeatedly attacked in this city, in particular, our defense is not very high. As you get attacked more and more, it lowers all the stuff in your city, like the defense, the commerce, the patrol, everything. And so, this time we're going to keep Zheng Ren more towards this side and try and have him deal with guys trying to come up. And maybe, hopefully, by doing less damage slower to these red guys, the Liu Pan's force, who's the reinforcement's going to appear next turn, we'll be able to take out him first and have to fight fewer turns, which I think is actually especially important now, because it's looking like we have to win this battle. We're on a time scale, or a timetable, because we gotta finish it before they get to the other city. This is a hot mess. Okay. We're just gonna fire on these guys again with him. We're looking to kill these guys a little bit slower so we have time to kill Liu Pan's unit. So the name of the game is going to be less on maximizing damage and more on... Yeah, we wish he would walk up faster, but he's not going to, because that's how they work. It's more important that we kill ladders. And after this, I'm going to book it over to the other side with him. We're going to let this guy up, that way Zhuge has something to chew on. And we're going to start booking it over. We aren't going to get an opportunity to attack anyone, but that's okay. We're going to volley this guy, and then Zhuge should be able to finish him off. Or maybe not. A little sad. Or maybe we'll just barely miss it. Alright. So we will try to keep our damage on these yellow guys instead. We have been locked in place because we could not kill Pang Tong. because he has 40 guys left. So there's that. Scraping the bottom of the barrel if you're using Kai-Zun as your guy. I guess we'll volley him. We're gonna try and keep him as close to the other side as possible as the... Or actually, can we take a... No, we can't take a swipe at Liu Pan. As what we want to do, we want to inflict max damage to him, make his units retreat first, and then make Liu Bao's units retreat. So order of operations is important here. It's tempting to actually kill Pang Tong, because I think he has enough will to, like, confuse Zhuge. And we're not trying to... Yeah, we're gonna do that. Yep, this is exactly what we were talking about. Of course, someone else did it, so... Bit of a bummer. And now everything is gonna go into him. Well, I guess maybe not everything. Maybe we should have used fire arrows on Liu Bao, but I think we can make his troops retreat soon. Because I'm not sure what we were supposed to do there. We're gonna go after the other units first because he's gonna get support, keep getting support bonuses. Or like alliance help, like attack along bonuses. Oh, and we don't have one pin. We captured one pin last time, but since our game crashed, we don't have one pin captured anymore. Hopefully we capture him again, I guess. I think I'm in range. Yeah, let's get in there. We get the confused, which is nice. Now we will just focus on Liu Bao's unit. I think he's gonna retreat this turn. Well, maybe not. Why didn't he attack us? What the hell? That's a little weird. I think we can get... No, we can't get Zhuge in there. Oh, yeah, we can. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Now he's gonna retreat. Yeah. We're gonna inflict max casualties. Although maybe... So we have this other battle we need to fight this turn because... reasons. And maybe it'd be better to... like, let the battle end as quickly as possible, but I don't think it's gonna take longer in terms of turns. Mechanically, it, like, takes longer to take out all their units. Alright. Lots of prisoners. Liu Zhang. Oh, we also employed someone. Zhuge Bai. We might be able to. Oh, we got Ping Tong, which is like way better, and Ping Ji. Okay, and then this is the battle we're gonna fight. I don't know if he's gonna get there in this turn. I guess this is something to know. So he can't march there in one turn. Jin Zwan is trying to... No, we're decided we're not gonna ransom any prisoners because we're playing on normal difficulty instead of hard, and we're too rich to ransom prisoners. So this is the thing to check. Wow, you can't even employ your brother at 100%? Crazy. Nice and themey to have Dong He, the Minister of Chengdu. I think we're gonna move Zhuge down to here. Actually, you have a really high archer stat. We have another plan for you. We have plans for you. I didn't think I mentioned what we were going to focus on this this time. Well, first of all, regaining what we lost. But secondly, we are going to do some Sworn Brotherhood stuff. This has no... Wait, which one has no officers? Yep. And then Yang. And so when you're kind of trying to do this quick, you can sort by governance, and then you're like, oh, okay, which ones have the highest governorship that we aren't currently using, and so this is one good way to do it. And then we're going to want to send at least one other decent governorship, I think, there, and then a guy who can transport, which transporting is based on your combat and your patrol, but we don't want to send too good officers there. Pangji is probably going to work. Because now we are starting to have a lot of officers, so... And then we also have to not forget to do the Emperor stuff, I guess, even though we're forgetting. And now our main limiting factor on doing new stuff was not having enough guys, and so we're doing new techs, and now we have enough guys. We're pretty comfortable with it. Alright, I think we have catapults and or ballista. We don't want to be using... Do we not have another guy with fire arrows? Does this guy have fire arrows? He does, so we need him on bows. And then... Yeah, why didn't it... The auto thing is weird sometimes. Like, this seems like way better configuration. And then, right now we're looking for officers with high comm, so it is harder to confuse our officers and stuff. Ah! Was really hoping that, yeah, you would have some siege weapons. But okay. Hopefully they don't have siege weapons. So the siege weapons being the catapults and the ballistas. A lot of defending here. Yeah. That's kind of the name of this game. Generally speaking, Three Kingdoms games tend to be pretty tedious. Like, oftentimes you've like basically won the whole game, but the game won't end for quite some time. Like, once you're just clearly the dominant force in China, usually these games make you conquer every last city in order to get achievements and what have you, which is mildly obnoxious. I think this might actually be a mistake. I don't think that 600 damage is worth it because he's going to shoot us with 2 bowmen. Alright, maybe just one. Maybe it was okay. Alright, so we're going to try and make sure that the infantry guy doesn't get up. And then fire arrows these guys. We don't care if the infantry guy tries to walk up as much. Wow, that was a lot of damage. Oh, I forgot this guy has 70. One of the guys in here has really good bow skill. But that is quite a lot of guys. Liu Zhang's like really not very strong though, so we have to let someone up because it's raining. Oh, we didn't have to. We still don't have to. Okay, we can do it like this. Because the infantry can push your guys back and climb the wall, but the bowmen cannot do that. And we will start hitting at the main guy, who's probably going to take a lot of damage because his officer's not very good. But he can lead a huge amount of troops, which does present some annoyances. We actually don't mind if he mounts the wall. We'd rather get a fire arrows down on this guy, I think. Yeah, because it... Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. You can come up in one shot. Now we can't be shot at though, so really not too big a deal. Nice that we got the elimination. Not sure if we're supposed to finish this guy off or shoot this guy. We're gonna finish the guy off. Kind of just minimize damage we're taking. We're gonna prevent him from coming up. Do a volley on this guy. Then we're gonna attack the bowman. Love it when they melee us. I'm not sure what's wrong with the AI that they do this, because they do like way less damage when they go into melee. We're gonna try and fire arrows with both our guys. We're starting with this guy because this guy can also volley if the first guy was successful in using fire arrows. Fantastic for us. Kind of keep just doing the same thing. Once you've committed to the killing the lead guy plan, it doesn't make sense to start switching to like killing the guys who are actually doing you damage, I think. But these guys are the ones actually hurting. Is Sham okay attacking us? So this guy actually has a really good bow officer. Or he should have high duel. But he's not using him to attack us, which is nice, I guess. Oh. You guys friends now? He is the guy that this guy uses in tournaments. Liu Zhang uses in tournaments. I think we want this guy to get the most XP because he's the best here. Okay. We have plans for Zhuge. And we will kind of explain a little bit. No prisoners for you. I'm gonna check, make sure that everyone's above 90, which not everyone is. Oh, this guy's decent, Xing Cheng. I guess we'll give him this or something. Did he have really high governance? No, he didn't have a high governance in anything. So, we will move that guy if we can still see him. Or if he's in our main city already. We move him there. Gonna also, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of like redistribution here. We have plans for those guys. Okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to recruit with the 3 guys that we want to. So we're going to see if we have Wang Can, Kongming, and Zhang Zhao all in the city. We do not. We have Zhang Zhao. So we will just keep employing for now, I guess, but we will not send out those 3s. Huang Quan we can send to a different spot. Well, we're going to use him to employ first. So Zhao Yan is actually a better governor, so we're going to move him somewhere else. And what we're going to do is we're going to sort and look at all the people with the highest governance, and we're going to try and make sure that it's just reads like prefect, 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 or it's someone in our city that's doing something in our main city. Who's prefect here? I think their governance isn't that high. Let's check who's here, though. Yeah, theirs is really bad, so we're gonna send over Yu Ying, I think. And she will be the governor there. Oh, let's see if she can marry now. So it doesn't always, yeah, now it's letting her marry. The game's, like, can be weird. Zhuge, this is extremely strong, having someone who gives an academic boost. We're probably going to use it to get Zhang Zhao high enough to do academic all around. Because what do you have right now, my guy? For an item. So he already has a +6 academic item. What we need to do is we need to get him above 94 academic. And it's like, well, how do we do that? And it's like, oh, well, it's going to be a little bit difficult, but we're going to do it. Let's see, who else we have? Yeah. Oh, we need to... I don't think we have enough booze to make a bunch of Sworn Brothers, so we're gonna be calling a few more... little more shopping stuff. What did I do? Oh, I was going to show Shamoke. So Shamoke is that bearded guy. He is an extremely strong officer. He appears kind of down here. He might even appear in this city. And he has really high duel score. In particular, he has a really high archery score, which is very rare to have like an archery score that high. He's probably the highest in the game. He was famous for... I think he killed Gan Ning. He shot Gan Ning in the head with an arrow in the lore. That's not how Gan Ning died, historically speaking. I think it's Gan Ning. You know what we probably can do, is it probably tells us, that's probably like in his thing, so if you look up bio, killed Gan Ning. I don't think this is historical, I believe this should be in romance, but okay. And if we look at Gan Ning, one of the things I like about this game in terms of balance is they make Gan Ning very good, which is nice. Is he not... Can we not find him? Is he not around yet? He should be around yet. Or no? Huh, well, I can't find him on here, but we'll point him out eventually, I guess. Could have gotten executed. Yikes. We're gonna move Wulan to here, because that's where all the Wu clan guys are. What are we doing here? Did we already do employ? Yeah, we did. Just have the guy who hates their guts. Okay, so we need Zhang Ren, Zhuge, and the other guy who I don't think is here to recruit together, so we won't do that yet. We're going to summon all the merchants, because look at how far they are. So this guy would take 155 days to get here, even if he was traveling here, not just randomly traveling, which what they're doing is randomly traveling. And this is why when I send for trade caravans, I send for all of them. That way he comes here and then he wanders around somewhat near here. Okay. And then we are also trying to do... Okay. We're going to check loyalty, because we employed some new guys. I'm going to give you that, I guess. Oh, wait. We already have something. So yeah, we are kind of just consolidating a bit and fixing up where guys are. We still have a bunch of extra guys in our city that we are going to move, like, to ports and stuff. We got to give this guy a policy. They're going to save 20,000 food and 5,000 gold, and then transport to Hanzhong. And so this part of the game is a little bit tedious. You can, like, set, like, a viceroy or something to do this, but I like to just do it myself. Because once you set it up, it's not very tedious, and, like, yeah. Son. Normally, we just kind of generally prefer daughters. Prisoner Li Ren is dead. What? What? Officers don't die very often in this game. I wish the death rate was a little bit higher. Other than, like, just growing old. No. I was gonna see if his brother could employ him. He just hates us too much. Because of history. Okay. I think you're married, right? Yeah. Zhuge marry a girl, of course. Yeah, I kind of... whatever. The jewelry is always, like... They always love the jewelry. I guess maybe we'll keep... I was planning on putting the suns after Sun has... the bottom corner of the map after Sun Quan, but I think I'll just keep them here in case we get more of that business, where they appear and then we want to do it. What was I doing? Oh, I was pointing, making sure that... So this city has like 3 governance officers, so it should be somewhat set. Like, if we had a lot more officers, we'd obviously want to do something a bit more ambitious, but... Do we even want her as the... Xing Chen might be better, just because he has higher, like, personnel military. But Sun Quan's definitely better. Okay. Has he arrived yet? We have Xing, Ren, Zhuge, and... Yes, okay. So, we want to make some sworn brothers. And we want to make them out of Ling Bao. Oh. The class unit is locked. We want to make them out of Ling Bao, Zhuge, and Zhang Ren. So we're going to have them all recruit together. And then, once they recruit together once, that's enough to make them sworn brothers, because this game's... You don't have to get too close to each other. We'll do a bunch of these. Let's see who's left over, if we have any, like, guys who just don't look very good at all, who would make good, decent governors at... Oh, well, his personnel is really high. And now we will get really much stronger archer officers. And then we will move them to various fronts, I guess. I don't think we need to... We have like a lot of really medium officers here in terms of this stuff, so I don't think we need to add anything to here. I think they will be fine defending with what they have. Han Sui wants to get our trebuchet. I guess we might have to fight him, and he might use the trebuchets on him. This is another guy who appears kind of near our area we were hoping to get. It's Meng Da. Apparently Han Sui got all the guys we wanted. Okay. So now we can take a look at the power of the Sworn Brothership. They just recruited soldiers together once. Oh no, who has highest combat? Ling Bao has highest combat, so let's take a look. Well, first we're going to do this. We need to give the Emperor money so that we can try and get promoted. Hey, okay. We're going to sort by this. We're going to find Archer. And first of all, we're going to make Zhang Ren. Well, we might want to give him Academic. Let's just give him Archer for now. So we might circle back to this. Okay. Now, back to Fate. Sworn Brothers. Grabbing the people with the highest archer score, other than Zhuge Liang, who's just a boss. If I recall correctly, that guy only had... Yeah, so now look, it's Archer, Archer, Archer. And we are going to keep rolling this several times. You just need to click if you don't like the roll. And we want to get something that looks a bit like this, where... Okay, it's not a perfect roll, but we don't want to be here forever. It's going to give plus 10 Archer to both Ling Bao and Zhang Ren, and plus 9 to Zhu Zi. Now they are Sworn Brothers. They will work much better together, but we are going to break up the party. Well, actually, are we? So, if we decide that we want to have a different teacher here... If we wanted to make it Zhu. Let's see if Zhu is also 4 stars. No. So we'll keep Zhang Ren here for now. But we're going to move both of the other boys. Ling Bao and Zhu down. And I think that we actually have some decent Archer officers in here. And we don't have very good infantry. Oh, we actually have decent infantry archers. Zhang Chen and Li Gui. So we're going to move Li Gui over to here. Where are they located again? Zenke, I think. Okay. Alright, so that's the first brothership thing that we wanted to do. But we're also thinking we want all our academic boys, which is Wang Can, we gotta make sure he is in the city, Qin Mi, and then also Zhang Zhao. So, and we'll probably use Liu Gui for this here, and figure something else out for Zhang Zhao. Okay, or move Liu Ba or one of these guys over into another city. We'll talk to him. Oh, Jiang Wan is also extremely strong. We're gonna send out him, because we got stuff to do with the other guy. Okay. We're gonna sort by academic, and then we're going to click OK rather than selecting them. And these three guys will all train. Wow, they won't even finish training the crossbowmen. Not very good at training, but they will all get closer to each other, which is what we want. And we can research again. Okay. Now we have all these guys, these trading carts visiting our thing. This thing. Guohua is extremely strong. We're gonna stop these guys drilling, because they suck at drilling. We just want them, when they drill together, they get better relationships with each other, and then we are going to do the fate dig again. We are going to first take a look, and then see what we need to adjust. I think only Wing Can's highest stat is academic. Again, what we want to do is we want to sort by academic, then click on, oh wait, different thing. Alright, Wing Can, Zhang Zhao, okay, so Charm is the highest for Quinmi, and then Farming is the highest for Zhang Zhao. So let's see if we can fix that so that their highest is all academic. So Zhang Zhao, we need to make a difference of we have 89 academic. We need +5 academic. Okay, and then let's make this guy loyal. And then Quinmi needs +6 academic. But I think here, another thing we're gonna do is, well, we'll do that later actually. Okay, so he has items that are giving him charm that we can just take away from him. We're going to change this to give academic. More academic? Do we have +6? We don't even have +6. Okay, so we're going to give him a do-nothing horse. Replace, because we want to give him back his horse eventually. And we're going to replace this with this. Now we're going to take a look. So academic is above charm now. And then secondly, we need to handle Zhang Zhao. Now, we're going to go back to our point, or here, we're going to first do this. Give the Emperor some money. Say, Emperor, we've been so good, will you please promote us? He will say, sure. And now we'll say, okay, we have a bunch of these titles, and we want to give one, or several, that boost academic. Now we are going to give these to all of our guys who are, what's it called? They're teachers. But we are prioritizing, Zhang Zhao's got to be in here, because we still got to boost Zhang Zhao quite a little bit. Okay, so Zhang Zhao is still coming up short, but we will fix that. Quinmi? Yeah, okay. So let's fix, if we look and go Fate, and we are trying to do academic, we look at Wang Can, and we do Zhang Zhao, and we do Kongming, we will see that you're still getting farming on these two, which we don't want that, because we want them all to boost academics. So, remember when I said Zhuge Ruxo, or however you pronounce her name, was extremely good? She's really good because you can do this and boost his academic by 4. We're gonna see if there's a higher roll. I don't think there's. I think 4 is gonna be the highest roll, but we are just gonna run through a few times because 6 is the highest roll. Okay. We're gonna roll a couple times to see if we could get a 6 and a 6. I very much doubt 7 is a roll that we can get. So now Zhang Zhao is married. Zhang Zhao will also make kids, which is fine with us because he's very strong. I don't think he has a special ability, but which is normally kind of one of the things you want. Yeah, he doesn't have a special ability, but that's okay. Okay, now, oops, sworn. Well, there's probably a better way to sort that. And then we have Wang Ken, and now we are going to get plus academic on all of them. For these guys, we are going to want a perfect roll. So, if you, I guess, want to skip ahead in the video a little bit, because this will take a hot minute. Since these guys are going to probably be our teachers for quite a while, because it's hard to get a triple roll on all this super frequently, and they're really good to begin with. Wang Can's actually just the best, so he actually will be our principal forever. So Wang Can absolutely does need a plus 10, and Zhang Zhao is also the best, so he also needs a plus 10. Maybe if we roll 9 on Queen Mi and 10 on the other ones, we'll take that, but we absolutely positively need a 10 on... Well, we don't positively need it. This is just like... To some extent, this isn't going to make a huge difference in the game, but it makes a difference in my soul. I feel it in my bones when I'm not min-maxing and being a perfectionist at these sorts of things, and so... I almost re-rolled it, but that is perfect. So we do that. Now, remember, Quinn Mi wasn't very happy with us because we took away his stuff. So let's give it back. Okay. Now we take a look. 107 academic, 114, 105. Excellent. Really hard to get a score that high unless you are training someone from when they're a kid to have it. We threw a couple into academic with Dong Yun. His academic score is decent, as is his farming and his commerce. But since Zhang Zhao is so good, we probably won't boost him more because he will not surpass Zhang Zhao. So, if we throw anything into him, it'll probably just be like a little bit into commerce or something like that. Okay. Now, Guohai is extremely good. In this game, he's not as good as, like, in a lot of other games, but even in this game, he's still pretty solid with the 86 infantry, so... we will try and pick these guys up. Now, Huang Quan, we had plans for you. I think... And then... Oop, I think we actually already sent guys there. Yeah, so we're going to give them a policy. They are going to ship stuff to Zitong, I guess. Going to maintain 20,000 gold. 5,000, or sorry, 20,000 food, 5,000 gold. And you're going to transport both of these. Okay. So me and Zhu Pass need some people. I think we can find 2. These guys will probably make decent pass holders. They're actually somewhat decent on their own as, like, just officers, so we might just... the thing is the bar's kind of low when you're playing this force. Oop, did we transport? I think we said too many. So when you send too many guys out, you can go like this. And we didn't want to send out Yang Ren. And we didn't want to send out... I think that was the only one. Okay. Actually, let's do these. Catch Thief. So now we are starting to have a lot of extra guys in here, so I'm not sure where we're going to move them. I think I'm going to move into here the Yangs. And then I might move the officers that are in there out somewhere else. See, I think, yeah, so Zhang Shang... Well, Yang Shang and Yang Bai can actually watch someplace. Okay, so let's have them watch this part, I guess. Because they are not very good. Is Yang Hong related to... No, he's not. These guys were some of the Zhanglu's not very good officers. Zhanglu was not going to be... Oh, and we almost forgot to do the trade caravan stuff. Okay. So, we summoned them here. We gotta talk to them. It's like rubbing the lamp and refusing to talk to the genie. You can't do that. That's not allowed. We are going to replace that one item we picked up, or is it one item we used to marry? It's a lot easier to roll high when you have the 7 versus a 6. Picking up the materials, the high level materials, and what else? So we're going to start picking up stud horses that are high level stud horses in order to make good horses. We're going to pick up another one of those, I guess. We probably don't need the 6th shell, but I guess we can. And another thing, so now we're going to be Themi, and we're going to marry Zhuge Liang to his wife in the game. This is not, well, we're going to want something better than that. This is not the best, the smartest thing to do, because Zhuge Liang doesn't really benefit that much from math. But I don't think we're going to get a ton of female officers we can marry. Well, actually, this isn't good. We don't like this. We don't want to do this. It is nice and themey, but the min-maxer in me doesn't like it. It would make Zhuge Liang have more kids more quickly, which would be nice. But instead, what we're going to do is we're probably going to marry her to someone who has high governance. So if we sort by population, yeah, we're still the highest pop that we have discovered. And then if we take a look at officers, governance, oops, sorry about that. And then we are going to look at buffs, because you get the buff that your kid, or you get the buff. She is Weapon Master? Interesting. You get the buff that your parents have, if you are a fictional kid. And so, we might marry it to Sun Quan. Sun Quan's also just a very solid officer, although I don't know if I can handle having more Suns in my name list thing. And the thing we wanted to do is we wanted to give him something that gave him charm. The reason why, this is something we meant to do earlier, is if we look at the council, his personnel is affecting how good employment we can do. We actually want someone else. We want Liu Ye to be doing this now, because he has higher spy, so it increases the spy efficiency. But, so the higher... Zhuge Liang's personnel matters because he is on our council as that. Okay. We'll look at the regular merchant. We are looking at the regular merchant mainly because they will sell paper and stuff like that. Okay, so now we're going to pass the turn. And we are starting to get transport going on at these places. We will set it up for me and Zhu pass. Once the people who are supposed to be there get there. Did we send to Wu County Port? There's 2 officers there. We will transport to this city, transport these, and we're going to transport resources. Okay, cool. And Jinyi broke out of jail. Tragic. Guys will break out of jail eventually. I think it's an odd that like keeps going up, so the longer they're in prison, the greater a chance they have of breaking out of jail. I think that's how this works, but I'm not sure. Remove the weak weed there. Just kind of helping to make these cities better later. And then, have you recruited all the troops we wanted you to recruit? You have. What does a move out look like for you? Okay, so we want to leave Wang Lei behind because he's going to be the governor. And probably Futong as well. And Liu Zhang. Insane. Li Gui should not be leading that. Meng Kuo should be leading that. And then Utugu. And then we could leave these guys behind. So it looks like I can't take any more guys with me if I do this. How many troops is this? So, will it be enough to fight this guy though? We're gonna have to wait until this guy attacks us, I think, and then do that. He only has 5 officers though, so he probably can't use all these units. Which is something to keep in mind. Okay, but we have enough units down there to like to move out. I guess we can just say that, and those Sun Quan will lead those himself, because he will use his ability that takes 100 will. So checking these again and hoping I'm not going crazy, because I checked them last turn, and they give different stuff each turn, yeah. And then that for making Sworn Brothers. Do not have any plans on the horizon. We will pick up an abacus in jute paper, and the abacus is... So math's not a very useful stat, but having it on your person who is your leader of math is useful, and so we will do this. Which improves his governance just a little bit. And then we saw that someone was not very loyal. She's not very loyal either. Of course, she's a woman, so just give her some jewelry, because that's how women work. In this game. I'm being facetious slash irritated. That I don't like that about this game. It's just like, another thing, and this is like a balance thing with women in the game that's like kind of annoying. Men can have 3 wives, women can only have 1 husband, so women in this game just are... It's preferable to have a man as someone who you're packing on stats to. The reason why is because like Wayne Can, for example, if he can marry 3 women, and each woman is going to give him roughly 5 academic, he can have a way higher academic than like a woman who has the same high base stat, because she can only marry 1 man to improve her stat. Also, for most of the women in the game, their highest stat is charm, so... yeah. We could measure... Here, let's take a look at the marriages we could do. So math is just not a very useful stat, but we can ask ourselves, who do we want to have kids? And, we could say Meng Huo, who we actually do want to have kids. Well, Meng Huo is actually not, like, that good, so his, like, base stats making kids is not that good. Sun Quan might be it, but I don't want... There's so many Soons already. I think I'm just gonna wait and see if we can get more good officers. We're gonna pick up this port, I guess. Why could you not use any siege weapons? I'm confused. Do you have gold in the city? I think what we are going to do... Oh, so this episode's starting to get long. So I think what we are going to do, just a review of what we have done so far this episode, is we re-defended against Liu Bao, and then, let's see, we defended here, and then most importantly, we did the Sworn Brotherhood thing, which is a good way to boost stats of guys. You just need to get guys who have their same highest stat, you group them together, and then when they become Sworn Brothers, they boost the stat. In our case, we boosted the academic of all of our ministers that are teaching, or 3 of them, so Wang Can, Qin Mi, and Zheng Xiao, which will be quite nice for them training the future the officers of tomorrow. If you notice, those guys are now max stars, as is Zhuge Liang, because he's so good. He's like max stars in everything except duel, like at the base level. And so, that's going to be pretty strong. Oh, Jiangji is also quite good. He appeared in Shouchun. Whoa, what is... how come there's so many? Wen Hui is also pretty good. Very far away. So these are all in Beiping, which should be the officers that came around when Gongsun Zan's force was destroyed. So there's that. It's hard to come by good flood officers, just as a general heuristic. Jiangji actually does have good flood. Okay, but another thing that we did was, or another... Oh, so for getting guys' stats up, there's like 2 ways you can do it that are pretty good. Oh, let's talk about this a little bit. You can appoint them new titles to improve the stat, and you can also marry them into it. And you can also do a combination of the two where you, like, let's say the wife doesn't have a high enough academic, but she's close. You can give her an item, appoint her to a role, and then if academic's her highest stat, then marry her to the person to boost their academic, and still stuff like that. We are going to keep giving money to the Emperor. And then why don't we do a quick little appoint of various titles and then call it a session. So Zhang Ren, I think we actually want Zhang Ren to be academic, so we're going to start with we're going to appoint Zhuge. See, the thing is, Yan Yan makes such a good archer officer, but we already have so many good archer officers. We're going to appoint Yan Yan this position, and then we're going to appoint one more. When you strip someone's title, you make them mad. So I want to try and avoid doing too much title stripping. So I'm not going to fully populate these things, but we will appoint people who are particularly strong in certain things to the thing. Sun Quan we're going to appoint to Flood. So generally if someone has high Flood and high other stuff, we do Flood first. Wing Fu, I guess. So we said we are going to appoint Zhang Ren, which we will do. Here. Alright, so farming. I think we have several good farming officers. Maybe not. Winglei is pretty good. Feishi, Winglei, Feishi. Yeah, a lot of like kind of mediums, so we're gonna point them lower. Oh, contact. We probably want to switch up some of our officers over there. That's something we can do later, though. Combat. We probably want Zhuge to get more combat instead of getting... Yeah. Can make an argue for Wutugu as well. Okay, and then Archer. Yeah, Ling Bao is actually not someone we see a lot in these games, but since we boosted him and Zhuge, they are both going to be like extremely strong. So, probably going to use them more than you would in a different Three Kingdoms game. I forgot we got to put Liu Ye. Build. So, remember the guy that we said was probably going to be staying and doing most of our building? We're going to give him the build stat. Okay. And then, yeah, there's Flood. I was like, where's Flood? Flood is quite rare to be high in, so we will... a couple. Okay, and that is our session for now. We worked a lot on our personnel type stuff. Moving forward in the next episode, I think once the 8,000 archers recruit here, we will be pushing into here and taking a battle where we have less troops, but I think we can do it because they only have 5 officers, so they can't even lead all their units anyways, and also our officers are better, and also the AI is dumb and we're less dumb, so that will be good. We're gonna just sit tight in Hanzhong and Yang'an probably. If we see a spectacular opportunity to maybe take this city or go after the pass, if we take a look, there's only 2 officers here and only 9,000 units here, so maybe we will push out through here at some point. You know, especially if we put the boys back together with like Yan coming back up here. Maybe we should do that. The officers up here are pretty, they're okay, but like Wu Yi is actually pretty good. But other than that, pretty just solid-ish. We might want to put a new governor here, but good for now. Once we split this into 2 fronts, then we can push either front pretty freely. So if we decide to take this pass, then it's kind of free to push from Hanzhong into Shengyang, and then from Shenyang into... It's kind of free to push into Xiangyang or Xinye, because if they come and attack, you just follow the force, but it's kind of not free. And then once we take the pass... Yeah, there's just a lot of splitting that comes from Hanzhong. Hanzhong's generally one of the best defensive points of the game, so I think for now, we'll focus more on expanding from here to here first, and then kind of see what we want to do. The AI doesn't like to take these cities generally. They took this one over here, which is, like, rare. I don't know what type of programming it is that makes them behave like this, but okay. But yeah, once we do that, we will be in good shape and coming along. So I hope you enjoyed. If you have any... We are going to save while we are finishing the thing, because we don't want to have round 2 where we did not... we left our computer and then the game crashed and we had to refight a fight. So I hope everyone has a good one, and yeah.